Hey everybody, this is Jeff, and I'm excited for a fun
Hi, I'm Eric Dewey.
themed episode.
And this is Steve O'Mooney.
And I'm Matthew Renfro.
And we're Socially Awkward. You're listening to another great production on the Four Eyed Radio Network. Check out more
Welcome to
shows
the
at
12A podcast, where
foureyedradio.com.
you're going to learn about movies, entertainment, and a lot of other cool stuff. And now, here are three people who made it through another 4th of July without getting arrested. Jeff, Steve, Carly.
Hey listeners, Eric here, also known as Trekkie B47, from the Starfleet Escape Podcast and the Ranger Command Power Hour. The more phenomenal episode you're about to listen to is brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Just saying you guys didn't get arrested again, which is great.
Yeah.
You can do the podcast, and they don't have to worry about any bail money or anything like that.
Steve and I say a successful 4th of July is one where no one ends up in the hospital.
Ding ding, nobody's
That's
in
a
the
better,
hospital.
better to end up in jail than the hospital.
Yeah, there you go. So
That is true.
freaking smoke bombs. That's what it was this whole time. We went, because all the grandkids were at my parents' house, so we go in the backyard, and my dad and I, we bought $100 worth of just all kinds of fireworks from one of those tents, you know.
Right.
So smoke bombs, you got to throw those out during the day because it's a cool purple and blue smoke, and all the kids love them. So they're holding them. I light it. I let them throw it. Two of them put off enough spark that it lit the backyard on fire, and they're kids, so they're screaming out loud.
Oh, my gosh.
Fire! Everything's on fire! And I'm just like, calm down. I just got to get the hose, spray it down. But I'm thinking to myself, man, somebody's going to call the cops because these kids are yelling fire this whole time. And,
Yeah. Well, they could have thought it was part of the show.
there you go. No, don't put it out. Fire. Don't put it out. Anyway, so that was my fun 4th of July little story there. It's better. We skip going and seeing all the big stuff.
Yeah,
so,
me too. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Today we're having a themed episode of
Romance.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
we really should. The intro should have
That's
just
right, I
been
forgot
like
about that.
the second base for a dollar intro. This should be just the whole episode is based around how to get to second base.
Yes.
Or like the entire background music should be like music from like The Notebook or something cheesy.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey.
yes.
I'm glad I forgot that this was that.
Yeah, well,
I could come and not have to prepare a bunch of mushy stuff.
this is why I'm glad you're not on Facebook and you can't follow
Yep.
us and see our
Yep.
updates or on
You
Twitter
would
or
highly
anything.
disapprove.
Yes.
Then you'd be like, oh yeah, that's why I'm going to be calling out sick.
Yeah.
not doing the audio. All right. So to prepare for it, I do have a second base for a dollar. Carly and I do have some obsessions because some great love stories came from obsessions, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
absolutely.
So there you go. I have a top 10 romance movies.
And I have a top 5 favorite actors in romance movies.
Okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
This is kind of interesting.
A good list, a fun list.
Jeff, do
I
you have
have
anything
very little.
You don't have much.
You know, I know I have some. I have a few things for film history that kind of tie into. I have the movies that if you're into film history and romance, these are the things.
Okay. So at least you got some romance.
Well,
into
and
it.
I have normal streaming
Me too.
as well. And I did do speed round.
I also have that new game that I've been telling you guys about offline.
Oh.
I took it and I themed it a little bit in the romance angle.
Oh,
so.
interesting.
So we play it because I don't have a speed round set up or anything like
Okay.
that. So, yeah.
Carly just
Carly,
gave me this look like he's
she-
worthless to me.
Carly gave Jeff this look that was like the death to me. Like, well,
Well, I'm like,
He's
what
out.
the hell? You have, ever since I've been on the show, you have one.
I know. I'm
I'm really
I
disappointed.
totally like space.
Actually, I'm happy because now that speed round isn't going to be wasted on some romantic.
You know what? Just for that, you guys give me 10 minutes. I'm coming up with something.
Whatever.
I don't Jeff doesn't have the music
I'm
ready,
disappointed
sorry.
because I like, although I have to say, I've most of the time I like Steve's speed round the best. But lately, I've liked Jeff's better. They're more creative.
Jeff's put some good twists on
I
it.
think
so.
outside the box, yeah.
Yeah.
You won. Finally,
go.
Jeff won.
Yeah.
Yay! He won something.
Hey. All right. Thanks for listening to the podcast, everyone.
We'll see you guys next
Quit
week.
while I'm ahead.
Jeff's out.
All right, what are we starting with?
All right. Well, let's start with let's get our streaming stuff out of the way. What did we stream
Yeah,
this
that's a
week?
good
Let's
idea.
get into that and then roll right and get into the sappy romance stuff. Hey, Sammy, did you watch Frozen this week?
No. Actually,
no.
I sent it back.
Yeah. Didn't even give no chance you're gonna give it
No
a second
chance
try.
for a second.
What if I told you, like, yes, there's 3 songs in the first 10 minutes, but after that, it really cuts back?
Well, it's funny because everywhere I go, I see, Frozen this and Frozen that, and people are redoing this, and they're doing this song, and it's Broadway this, and I'm like, okay, I imagine it's really good. But I could not get past the first 10 minutes of it. So I got
Lord.
Despicable Me too, which I liked a lot better.
It's so great. Love
It was
that
great.
movie.
Very little singing, although there is some.
There's some.
But it was okay. Yeah. I was fine with it.
But they're happy songs, from what I hear.
Well, yeah.
Ha! Good one.
Didn't.
I like that.
Dink.
All right, go ahead.
So I had some really fun streaming. I streamed. I wasn't the funnest stuff I streamed wasn't from Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or any of those. It was on YouTube.
Okay.
So here's the story. Shireen and I are on our way home, and we're having a conversation. And I said, I don't know if you ever watched the show when you were sick, but you have like these like daytime shows. Like, The Price is Right is a classic one. If you're sick, you have to watch The Price is Right, right?
It's on.
So there's this other one when I was a kid that it was in that line, and it was called Supermarket Sweep.
Yep.
Did you guys ever see that?
I have.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of any of those, but I've seen it.
So the premise of the show, for any of you who haven't
Loves it.
seen this, it's like a game show that takes place in a supermarket, and you have to answer questions about product and ad slogans and stuff like that.
First
And-
world problems.
Yeah, and at the end, you like have to race through the supermarket and like pick prizes and stuff like that.
Right.
And millions of Americans outside of Carly really enjoyed the show.
I was just gonna say hashtag I'm embarrassed to be an American.
Oh, man, Carly is a hater tonight. I thought
So-
Sammy was going to be the hater on the episode tonight.
Well, we are related. We're Romulans.
yeah,
We're Romulan brother and
Brother,
sister.
sister, so.
Yeah, we're
Anyway,
both in a
so-
cranky attitude at the same time.
We'll ignore those two, Jeff. Tell me about your supermarket sweep.
Well, on
YouTube.
that note, though,
Yeah.
Shireen watched that show growing up in a third world country, thinking, "Hey, I would love to be on that show." And I was like, I was an American growing up, thinking I would love to be on that show, which is really sad looking back on it because it's such a pathetic show, especially for a guy
Agreed.
to want to be on.
Agreed.
But anyways,
Double agreed.
that aside, so we came home and we're making dinner, and so we're like, let's see if we can find an episode on YouTube. So we YouTube it and we find an episode and we watch it all. So like, well, we're just gonna spend the whole night like finding what kind of like old '80s shows can we dig up and
great.
find. So the other one that I pulled up, and this is very few. I don't know if I've ever run into somebody who's seen this show, but there's this old Nickelodeon show where these kids got to like go into rooms of the house and like tear it up trying to find stuff. It was called Finders Keepers.
No, but I love old school Nickelodeon. I'm surprised I've
Yeah.
never heard of it. Like Hey Dude. And all
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Was it around that time?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
maybe I've seen it. But
Hey Dude, speaking of which, is on Amazon. So I watched an episode of that like a month ago.
Ben Stiller's wife is
Yeah.
is like the main person on that.
Yeah. So so it's called Finders Keepers. Basically, these like usually like a brother sister teams, like they would like go into a room and you could like break anything in the room that you wanted to, and like you had a hint and you had to find out what it was. So.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. So I showed it to Shireen, and of course it's a horrible show to watch today.
Of course.
But after the show, I had to be like, but just imagine you were a kid watching it. Yeah.
And
Okay.
she's like, I'm trying.
Right. So we watched that, and then we watched, speaking of old Nickelodeon shows, we watched an episode of Wild and Crazy Kids.
Awesome.
Another show that was way better when you were a kid. Mm-hmm. And then finally, we wrapped it up with...
Did you watch Salute Your Shorts? Please tell me.
No, we didn't.
I love Salute Your Shorts.
That would have been a good
I
one.
met Donkey Lips at Universal Studios, and I got his autograph.
You
Just
did?
saying. Yeah. Big deal. I was 11.
Oh, wow.
Big deal.
As 11, that
Big
would
deal.
be a huge
deal. Oh, I was like almost in tears.
And did you show people, like...
Yeah,
at
my
school?
dad took a picture of me with him, and I got his autograph in the autograph book. It was a huge deal.
So you went from Donkey Lips to Cumberbatch?
That was good. My brother, that was good.
Nice. So the last one we streamed that is still just as good as an adult as it was a kid is Gummy Bears, the Disney cartoon.
Never seen it.
It was, I think it started on the Disney Channel, and then it kind of helped launch the Disney afternoon stuff.
You said it was a cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was like a...
Is it like kid friendly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
that
duh,
whole,
Disney.
you know, the whole Disney
Hello.
cartoons, like the, DuckTales.
Yeah,
and
okay,
Food-
gotcha.
that's in the
Oh,
line of
cool.
it, Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you stream anything else? Although that's pretty epic.
Yeah,
That's
so
like old
I
school.
did, but I figured that's probably all the time you guys want to hear me talk, and that was the most interesting
Whatever.
stuff that I
No,
streamed.
did you
come
stream
on.
anything else?
Yeah, so I started a show I've always wanted to watch called Archer.
Yeah, I've
You
always
see
wanted
the
to watch it
FX
too. Is
on
it worth
Cartoon?
it?
One?
Yeah, Steve,
Okay.
you need to watch it. I think you would like it too, Carly. It's right up your alley. It's just that really...
I've been contemplating it. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's really dirty.
Oh,
It's
I like
really
it.
super
I already
inappropriate.
like it.
And there's a lot of like you'll recognize everybody's voices. Like Jessica Walter from Arrested Development is in
Cool.
it. Aisha Taylor.
Oh, really? Her?
Yeah, the guy who plays Dr. Spetchemin in the 30 Rock, he does a voice.
Cool.
In it. Yeah. So there's a lot of really good voices, and it's like it's just over the top, super inappropriate. And in fact, Steve and I saw. We went and saw the guy who had some tie into that show.
Yeah,
he was
he had a tie
producer
into the show
of Arrested
that
Development.
Wrote for Arrested Development, but he's developing a show that's like a dirtier version of it, pretty much. Yeah, because I sat in on Sunday at Comic-Con. I'm totally blanking on his name now. But, he had some tie-in there with the producers or some credit he had on that show. So
Yeah, so really super inappropriate, dirty, fun, but it's hilarious. It's good. So I'm 2 episodes in, but it's pretty good.
worth it.
Yeah, and then the other thing I watched was on YouTube again. So we're working on that horror feature screenplay, right? So I looked up. There's this great documentary called "Going to Pieces: The Rise and Fall of Slasher Movies."
Cool.
It was originally like a documentary
I was
for
just gonna say,
Stars.
it sounds like documentary.
Yeah, it was a documentary for Stars, I think, and it's all about the '80s slasher movies and sort of the rise.
I bet
and
that's
falls
really
and-
cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
I totally have a movie tagged in my Netflix that's a documentary on zombie films, and it's a whole history of it with Bruce Campbell and Simon Pegg are in it, called Dock of the Dead.
Oh
what it
yeah,
is. And
yeah.
it's a whole history of zombie movies all the way today. It popped up on Netflix this month. So, but I wanted to watch for the same reason for this writing we're doing. So,
Cool.
So yeah, that's the new stuff.
Steve, what did you stream?
I honestly, I am really, really bad.
Why?
All I streamed was a few more episodes of Supernatural, which I'm past episode 100 now. I'm into season 6.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay.
So Supernatural, but that's it.
No, we watched a film.
Yeah, but we didn't stream it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. My
Yeah,
bad.
I didn't stream anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched before midnight, but I watched before sunrise and before sunset before
That's
the last
true.
podcast. So those are. I haven't streamed anything the last couple of weeks.
Wow.
It's really bit, like I was looking just to see, like, did I forget I streamed? No, my Netflix queue's got a few more added things, but nothing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing I streamed. There's a Netflix original series called The Fall that I tagged that I'm going to check out, and then there's a movie called
I've heard of The Fall.
Fire. Yeah, Fire with Bruce Willis in it that I don't even remember ever being in the theater, but I figured I'll check it out. Probably just a dumb action flick. So, but I haven't watched any of them.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, I streamed and watched quite a bit. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of my favorite shows ever.
oh my god, I love it.
I know, it's great. So I watched 6 episodes. I'm caught up. I watched The Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson film. It was the only Wes Anderson film I haven't seen, and it's newer, so it was fabulous. Typical Wes Anderson. Just really great. A lot of great actors, a lot of new ones, but then a lot of the same typical ones that are in every single film, most of his films. So interesting, really vile, really inappropriate, but typical Wes, maybe a little bit more naughty than usual. I also streamed Switched at Birth. It's one of my favorite shows. So and then Steve and I watched Before Midnight, which was great. I did watch Ronin with Keanu Reeves. Although some of the effects were quite cheesy, the cinematography was absolutely beautiful. Totally worth a watch, in my opinion, if you are into Asian type, action type films. I don't know how else to say that. I'm continuing Doctor Who, the original. I'm on episode 6, season 1. And one thing I've wanted to always mention here, and I always forget, I have been watching Being Human for the last year and a half, the UK version.
Okay, I was gonna ask
I
which
do
US
not like, and I'm embarrassed that they made an American US version of Being Human. It's shitty as hell, and I don't recommend it.
Okay, so you actually did watch it then?
I did watch 3 episodes,
Okay.
and I hated every single one of them. But it's
Okay.
probably because I started with the original, the UK. Yeah. And I'm more of I like British and UK television. Although cheesy, I think the writing is way better, way quality. And I don't know, I kind of like British acting. It's quite different from American acting, especially in theater, but particularly in shows like Doctor Who and this one. Okay, so Being Human, I'm way into. I don't even know how many seasons there are. There's tons, but I really love the actors. I love the whole thing. And you know what? Yeah, you guys know I don't like scary shit. I hate zombies. So stupid as shit. But there's a lot of cool. It's like everything, and I kind of like it. And it's like got that weird British humor paired with some kind of spooky, scary things for British stuff. So that wraps up everything I streamed / watched. Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Not a bad list. I don't know. I'm sorry I didn't have a whole lot to contribute there. You know.
That's okay.
Off on my...
We have new obsessions, so we're gonna do that too.
Yeah. I think we're obsessing. They're about to play our obsession. They're about to play it. I'm obsessed.
I'm ready whenever.
I'm looking at pictures of her.
Obsession.
Oh, so romantic.
Romantico.
Very fitting.
I think you should go first. I'm intrigued by whom you chose.
Romantico.
Okay, don't do that. You're white.
I'm
You know what? God, you are such a hater tonight. Such a hater. These two are going to vote for me just because you're hating so much right now.
Who is it? Who are you obsessed with? Who's your new obsession?
My obsession for this week, and she's been an obsession for a while, just not as high as Jennifer Lawrence,
right.
but Emma Stone is mine.
I know,
Yes.
she's adorable, and she's a redhead.
Yeah, well, so yes. Zombieland was the first movie that I remember seeing that she was in, and then Easy A. And then my other favorite one was, what is it, with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, that one is great.
That is such a great
It's
movie.
hilarious.
And Steve Carell.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's such a great
right
film.
Now,
It's like belly laughing
Crazy
funny.
Stupid Love.
That's what it is.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh my god, that
she's
scene
in.
when they're trying to do the Patrick Swayze. Oh my god.
God, it's so great.
So funny.
And my obsession's Emma Stone, but Ryan Gosling is pretty freaking hot in this.
He is. Well, yeah.
And Steve Carell's hilarious in it also.
He's funny in everything.
But anyway, so that's a great
Okay.
movie to see out first.
So let's hear about
So
it.
here's a few little factoids. One, she's a natural blonde.
Oh.
So there you go.
Not a true ginger.
No, not a true ginger, which I was told the same thing. But Judge Apatow, who directed, I believe, Zombieland, told her to go as a redhead. She loved it. She's been a redhead ever since.
Oh, well.
Because before that and other stuff, she was always a blonde.
Good for her to take that advice.
Yeah,
No,
so
it's working for her.
and totally working for her. She was born here in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay.
That's where her parents owned a golf course here. When she was 15 years old, she convinced her parents to let her move to Hollywood by making a PowerPoint presentation titled Project Hollywood.
Oh, I love it. That
Yep.
kind of seems like her, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, and I've got where was it at? Oh, she was named as having the sexiest sense of humor by Victoria's Secret What is Sexy list in 2012, which I thought that was interesting. This was the coolest one to me, though.
She's sarcastic. I love that about her.
She got her start in acting at 11 years old at the Valley Youth Theater here in Phoenix.
Oh, good for her.
And she starred in over 16 stage productions, as well as performing in the theater's comedy improv troupe.
Wow, I loved her in the first place, but gained way more respect just from knowing that.
Just from knowing that and everything, I'm like, man, I'm going to figure out where her parents live and hang around in Scottsdale. I'm going to stalk. Start doing
They may not live anymore. They might have moved by her.
They may have. That is true. I don't know.
Carly, you've been trying to book some guests for the show.
This
Should
one
we get Emma Stone?
might be more attainable.
I'll
to Jennifer
work on
Lawrence.
that. I'll work on that.
Might be a little bit more attainable. Yes.
Yeah,
If
indeed.
you need some help getting in touch with her, I know a guy who's planning on stalking her parents.
I'll just drive around Scottsdale and probably see Steve.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've ran across Steve 6 times today, but no Emma.
can't find Emma
Can't
or
find
her
Emma
parents.
anywhere.
But
Her parents, they're on the run.
well, I like this new
There you
obsession.
go.
I
Yeah,
like
so
it.
Emma Stone is in, and I totally want to watch. After finding, I was going through my list, I'm thinking like, who could I think of? And now I want to watch Crazy Stupid Love again, though.
I know
It's such a good
they play it
movie,
on
yeah.
TV all the time.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
right.
There you go.
So
There's mine.
I'm never.
Good luck, Carly.
Oh my goodness. I'm never going to get over Cumberbatch though. So I need to make that statement, let it be told at exactly whatever time it is right now, that I'm never
9:25.
5 p.m. on July 8th, 9th? 8th. I'm never going to get over him forever till the day I die. But I have a new obsession. Well, he's not really new. He's new to the show. But I've kind of been obsessing about him since the first Star Trek came out. He's gay, so I have no chance with him. But it's Zachary Quinto.
Oh.
I follow him on Instagram, like psychotically follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
She's an Insta stalker.
I kind of am an Insta stalker, and I comment on his stuff all the time. I'm hoping one day to get a mention. He's 37. He's left-handed. Anyone who's left-handed, I'm like, if I'm into you and you're left-handed, winner, chicken dinner. Like, I'm all over you. And a lot of actors are left-handed, which is quite interesting. Another topic for another day. He graduated from Central Catholic High in Pittsburgh. I'm Catholic, so that's kind of cool. He graduated 5 years before me, though. You guys probably originally know him from Heroes, because that's kind of the first big thing he did. And I never saw Heroes, so I didn't even know he existed. Then he did some movie called Margin Call. I don't know. Never saw it. Then he's done the last 2 Star Treks, and he's done a lot of theater, however. But I know he's got a lot of projects coming up. He was actually nominated for Primetime Emmy, and one of his closest friends is Kristen Bell. He's 6'2", perfect height for me. And he's adorable, and he has the most amazing sense of style. I don't know if any of you have seen pictures of this handsome brute, but he's a great sense of style.
And he was great in those Newcastle ads that we posted.
He was fabulous. He's really funny because he's kind of he has a dark sense of humor. He's sarcastic, but he also can be quite romantic. And I just think he did a great job as Spock. Yeah. Or he does, because I know they're going to do the 3rd one. They're already in the works.
I'll agree. I'll add one more thing for hers.
Okay.
He was also in American Horror Story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. Is that a TV?
Good. It's TV one.
Well,
yeah.
Heroes was TV too.
Heroes
wasn't
was
it?
TV too.
Oh, I didn't see that in the filmography.
But and American Horror Story, and he was really good in that.
Is it scary, that show? Because see, I don't watch scary shit, so I won't ever watch that.
Yeah, TV. So I watched that, and he popped up into the 2nd and 3rd season. And
That's
really
cool.
Good, so.
Would you watch the scary TV show just to get to him?
I would only watch those episodes, maybe, but I would be frightened and have to be sitting on probably a very large man's lap. That sounded gross. I just meant for protection.
For protection,
Santa.
Yes,
yes, it's worse.
It's him and his boyfriend, and they're in a haunted house.
Oh,
type
really?
Of thing, so,
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
and if you're on the guy's
well,
line,
I take the bet. If my brother Sammy is with me, then I'll feel safe.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. You know what's weird is that I'm left-handed and 6'2".
Oh my God! But that's incest. It can never happen.
Actually, I'm ambidextrous, so
Oh wow,
that's even better, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is better. I have to admit.
And my last fact that I forgot to bring up about Emma Stone, just to tie everything in together.
Sure.
Is she is actually really good friends too with Jennifer Lawrence. So
really?
I think I get
That's
a little
cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, my two were friends because they were in the last movie together, Star Trek Into Darkness.
Whatever. Just trying to get the time.
No, they were enemies in the last one, so maybe they don't.
Well, they're friends in real life. Come on.
You know, they were just joking around.
All right, who won?
Offstage.
You're the judge.
Well, yeah, clearly Steve had to win this round. I mean,
I'm going to go with Carly because of the 6'2" left-handed.
Screw you, Sammy.
So we're tied. We're tied.
It's a tie.
Yeah.
I think we officially have our
no,
first tie.
Chuck has to. My dog is going to be the
sleeping.
tiebreaker. And
He's
since
sleeping.
He's whimpering over there.
Since he's sitting on Steve's side of the room, we're going to go.
All right. I'll settle for the tie.
Anyway, that was good obsessions.
That was nice. Good factoids.
And I always enjoy a Arizona connection. So
I know, that's really cool.
She had me at the improv thing. When I found out about that, I was like,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mad respect.
Yep.
I agree.
Okay,
so,
what are we getting into?
do you guys want to play our new game?
Let's do it.
What the hell?
Yeah, okay. So this is a new game. So here's how I invented this game.
You're so clever, damn it.
Thank you. I appreciate
Invented this game.
Wait, let him explain how he invented it before you say that.
You might regret
point,
that.
Yeah. Good point.
So I was on IMDb looking somebody up for someone.
And
It may have been the toilet too. That's very
Gross.
likely.
Do you have fecal matter on your phone?
So
That's why his phone's not working right now.
Gross.
Problem,
I'm
Jeff.
so sorry. We keep
Sorry.
interrupting you.
All right.
yes, I have to unjam it with poop. So anyway, so I was on IMDb and I was looking somebody up, and you know now on IMDb they have, you might know this actor from blah blah blah.
Okay.
And they have like 4 movies, and I noticed that I was like, I didn't even know this guy was in 3 of these 4 movies, and it was like somebody very popular. I think it was Matthew Broderick.
Okay.
And I was like, I only know one of these movies. And so it's like sometimes it's because they did a song in that movie.
Oh,
or
right, okay.
sometimes
Like
they,
a small thing.
Yeah, or they wrote it, or sometimes
Produced.
it's that. And then sometimes it's just, I didn't realize he was in that, or I forgot he was in that, or I haven't seen that movie. I can't believe he was in it. Something like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I picked 3 of the 4 titles, and I'll give you the 4th if you need it to. But I found some actors who I'm going to list off.
Okay.
3 of the movies that were in their queue for you might know this guy from.
Okay.
And you guys, as soon as you know him, just shout out who you think that person is.
Oh boy.
This
So I'll
might
just
be
start
kinda
listing
tough.
them. Yeah, so I'll just start listing the movies.
And we have to
And these are
shout out actors? who are in that film
who is,
or associated with.
Yeah, well, if I say, this first one's really easy, so we'll go through it.
Okay.
So his movies, and again, these are supposedly the 4 movies that there's.
That's interesting.
Right?
That's intriguing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Being John Malkovich,
well,
High Fidelity.
Oh Lord. Okay.
2012.
John Cusack.
Yes.
Oh, we were supposed to keep going. I thought you were just listing. Okay, got it. I get the game now. I didn't get it. I was like, what? Am I supposed to wait till he's done with all of the movies?
So I'll give you.
So we're supposed to yell them out or wait till you're done?
Yeah, yell it out. So
Good.
I'll just start listing the movies, and as soon as you know, shout it out.
Okay.
John Cusack. Oh, sorry, we already did that one.
So I tried to theme this around.
Not good.
I tried to theme this around romantic.
Right. Okay. No, that's good. That's good.
I'm going to mute my mic because I have no
idea. A lot
idea.
of romantic movies, right? So, Sam, you are welcome to play, but
you'll probably
good luck.
fail.
I'm probably not going to know.
I'm probably not going to know either, though.
Well, no. The thing though is they aren't necessarily the romantic movies that are listed on IMDb as the top 4, but I picked actors who are typically known for being in romantic movies. Okay.
John Cusack.
Good. My brother got a point.
Sweet.
All right, here we go.
So proud of you.
Next one. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Do you understand the game, Carly?
I do, but I don't think I'm going to do great.
Okay.
I need to do research and practice tests.
Practice.
This is how I got good scores on the SAT.
This isn't the SATs. You're never going to get anything that resembles.
This
an
is
SAT
much harder.
This is way harder.
Okay, here we go. Next one. Donnie Darko. Scream. Charlie's Angels. 50 First Dates.
Drew
Barrymore?
Yeah, there you go. Very good.
Dang it.
All right. I know one of you two should get this one.
Did you include Sam in that?
No, Sam won't.
No,
get this one. Here we go. The Place Beyond the Pines. The Ides of March.
Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Was the United States of
Whoa.
Leland in that one?
What were the next?
No, it wasn't. In
I
his top
named my
4.
first child after a Ryan Gosling film, The United States of Leland.
Really?
It's a very dark film. I was 4 months pregnant when I watched it.
And why did you choose? Is he?
No, it's like a suicidal. It's a really horrible, horrible, dark movie, but it was a good movie. But I just liked the name.
Oh, okay. So
Leland.
you weren't trying to be
Dark with
No,
my son?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
But it was just it's a really unique name.
Well, a guy at work was telling me he wanted to name his son some Greek mythology legend who is the same thing, like slaughters innocent people and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
I'm like, why? And he's like, it's a cool name. And I'm like, okay. All right.
Okay, he's a
So
serial killer.
what was Ryan Gosling's 3 and 4 movie?
So the Crazy Stupid Love and Drive.
All
were the
right,
other
there we
two.
go. Yeah.
Drive.
Oh, I love Drive. Oh, that's good.
All right, here we go. Next one. Girl with a Pearl Earring.
Scarlett Johansson.
A Single Man.
Oh, that guy.
Love Actually.
It's that guy.
The King's Speech.
Colin Firth.
Yes! Yes! All right, good job.
And he's in my top 5.
Yes. All right,
Love
here we
Actually
go.
is in my top 10.
No, I meant he's in my top 5. Oh,
Actors,
Sinead for
yeah.
you?
Yeah,
Well,
today.
the actor's in for me.
If the person in this room does not get this one, I will be very disappointed.
That means
because
Steve.
One person should.
Jennifer
should get
Lawrence.
this
That means Steve.
one. Not Jennifer Lawrence. All right, here we go. Silver Linings Playbook. Not Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, let's see. Jennifer Lawrence.
Silver Linings Playbook. The Bourne Ultimatum. The Bourne Supremacy. And 10 Things I Hate About You.
Julia Stiles.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was good. I
Nice.
like that one. I
Nice.
just like the way you presented the last one. Am I reading this right?
And 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's awesome.
Julia
I like
Stiles.
that last one was my favorite one because it was harder and it was unique.
Yes. Go, good. I'm glad you're warming up to it. Okay, here we
We're
go.
not done.
We've got
Next
Let's
one.
roll. I'm good at this game.
Here we go.
I think I'm winning though.
This one's hard.
Not after this last one.
Cinderella Man.
Oh.
Me, Myself, and Irene. Jerry Maguire.
Oh God.
Bridget Jones's Diary.
It's that stupid annoying girl, Renee Zellweger.
Yes. That is correct on both accounts. I would have taken the first answer as
I
well.
was going to say, is that her full name?
Stupid annoying girl. First, second, first, middle, and last.
Okay. Here we go. This is another one, hard one. Finding Neverland. Revolutionary Road. Eternal Sunshine of the
Kate
Spotless
Winslet.
Mind. Yes.
Nice.
Very good. Okay, this one should be easier. after the first one, which I've never heard of this movie, but it was in his top 4 for some reason. Hachi, A Dog's Tale.
Is it Japanese?
I don't know.
Because a Hachiroku is a
This is a very famous
Japanese
actor, and I have no, like, out of...
All right,
like, how
all
is
right.
this in his
Keep
top 4?
going. I
Okay,
wanna
so Hachi, A Dog's Tale. Primal Fear.
Oh.
An Officer and a Gentleman.
Is it Finest? Is it Joseph
No.
Finest?
And Pretty Woman.
Oh, it's that guy.
What's his name?
Richard
Gere.
Yeah, Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Gere.
Half a point to the siblings.
Yeah, we're a team.
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay, I have some more, but these were written before.
We existed?
No, before I had. I said, okay, this is a fun one.
Okay.
Hitch, The Place Beyond the Pines,
Oh,
The Other Guys,
James.
The Other Guys, and Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, no. No.
Wait a second. The other guy's Too Fast for Too Furious, and what was the first one?
This is a woman. Hitch,
Hitch.
The Place Beyond the Pines, The Other Guys, Too Fast, Too Furious.
It's a, oh.
Have you
I
seen
don't
the-
know her name. She's blonde.
No.
Oh. Okay, I'm out. Peace out.
I don't know. No. Stumped it.
Eva Mendes.
Mendez?
I thought it was Ava Mendes.
Well, I don't know. We're white, so we'll go with whatever
Yeah.
you say.
Yeah.
Yes, color wins.
Okay, here we go. Last one. You guys will probably get this one. Austin Powers, Gold Member,
It's particularly that one.
Particularly that movie. Yes.
The Great Gatsby, Dreamgirls, and Epic.
Beyonce?
Yep.
Awesome.
Epic.
Beyonce.
Oh yeah, she plays that like fairy lady that's like the queen.
That's great.
And there's a head guy in there named Ronan.
Yeah.
That's
There you
played
go.
by the annoying Irish actor I don't like, Colin. Help me out.
Farrell, Firth.
Kaepernick.
Farrell. I
Farrell?
love Firth. Farrell. I
Firth?
freaking
Farrell.
can't stand Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
That was good.
All right, nicely done, Jeff.
I really
wait,
like-
Wait, do you have another one?
I
Jeff,
know.
For
Oh wait,
us?
he's like, no, I have 7 more.
If you have more, I mean, because so far I'm losing by like 1.
Yeah, no, I have like 5
Okay,
more.
can we
but they
keep
don't
going
have
till
the-
I win,
They
and
don't
then
have the
we can
romantic
stop?
theme to them. Do you guys want more?
No, this is good. This is good. Yeah,
Okay.
Carly, we should stop while Carly's winning. She's gonna cry later.
No, I'm tough.
Okay, one last one.
Okay,
Here we go.
yes.
One last one.
Tie it up, Steve.
Here we go. Chicago,
What?
Talladega Nights.
I'm so screwed.
Catherine
Wreck-It Ralph.
Zeta-Jones? Catherine Zeta-Jones?
No.
Wreck-It Ralph.
So Chicago, Talladega Nights, Wreck-It Ralph, and Step Brothers.
Oh, that
Will
guy. I
Ferrell?
don't know his name. No, it's,
I don't know
it's
the other
the other
guy.
guy.
Yeah, I don't know the other guy.
And I don't
yeah.
know his name, but he's in everything. He's in so much stuff.
He was also in Boogie Nights.
Yeah, he's great. He's
And,
super ugly, but he's funny as hell.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah,
John C.
I wouldn't.
Reilly.
I wouldn't have got it just because
No.
I don't know his name.
Didn't know his name.
Okay.
All right. Nicely
good.
done.
So what do you think? Something for the future? Another?
I think you should. I think that is fabulous, and it kind of gets the listeners to kind of like think about these movies again.
Well, and it's funny, yeah, what they thought were the top like 3 or 4 movies for these actors.
Right.
Like, I have no
I
idea
know,
what
Hachi the dog.
Yeah. So I scrambled. It's not necessarily in that order, and I don't know. But they are all the top 4 movies that were in there. So yeah, Hachi. Why would that be in there?
Exactly.
And Unfaithful, or no, what was the dancing one where he goes dancing in the?
I don't know. You
I don't
lost
know.
me.
Anyways,
Done.
But
Yeah.
that was good.
All right, nicely done. All
I think
right.
you should do
We'll-
more.
We'll go
I
with
mean,
it.
not today, but I like this.
We'll go
I like
with
this
it.
game.
Let's do it.
We need to call it something though.
All right, this is all about what gets us a romance on, right? Gets us
Yeah.
to second base and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, let's do a second base because I have one that you're not going to want to watch.
oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a little segment we like to call How to Get to Second Base for $1. Oh, yeah.
Okay, this movie is in Redbox right now, and I watched it a couple weeks ago before the last podcast. But since we
Oh,
had Nathan on, I
right,
didn't
sure.
talk about anything second base. This movie I didn't realize it was a low budget. It only had a $500,000 budget, but it totally bombed in the box office. Only did $343,000 in the box office.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Drinking Buddies. And the reason this popped up was because...
what? Dreaming Buddy?
Drinking
Oh,
Buddies.
Drinking Buddies.
Yeah, Drinking Buddies.
My Netflix queue. This is a don't watch.
No, don't watch it to get to second base. I wouldn't even watch it to get into a movie, to be honest, though.
Okay. Can you tell us what it's about?
So Drinking Buddies.
Or is that obvious from the title?
Well, kind of. I mean, they work in this craft brewery in Chicago. So it's like, and Joe Swinberg, he's the guy that's what's the TV show with Zooey Deschanel?
New Girl.
New Girl. He's one of the roommates of New Girl. And he's pretty funny in that show, but he's he's not the outgoing, he's not my favorite character in it. But anyways, Joe Swinberg and Olivia Wilde are these two employees that work in this craft brewery in Chicago together, and they're that best friends thing. Like, if they wanted to, they could probably make a relationship a go at it type of thing. But they're both in these other committed relationships, and they're both pretty much at that point where they're about to get engaged and married.
Okay, right.
But what happens is they do this double date thing at this cabin for a long weekend, and their significant others
do show up,
but they end up going off and doing this picnic thing because they want to go hiking, and the other two just want to stay in and drink some beer and play this board game.
Okay.
So,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so their significant others end up kissing. All right, but the other two, Olivia Wilde and Joe, the friends, they're just friends, buddies. There's not, whatever. It's just a cool thing. Well, they get back. Olivia Wilde and her boyfriend, they break up, and then all of a sudden Joe starts realizing he loves her, and so there is just this whole awkward thing when he's trying to confess this to her, and she doesn't want to ruin the relationship they have, and in the end they don't end up together.
Interesting.
And the very last 30 seconds of the movie, they actually even talk to each other again. It's just work is awkward, everything else is awkward now, and stuff like that. What made it kind of dry, though...
So it's a reality.
It's totally reality. No, it totally is reality, and that's just it. That's why this is
that's great.
This is not going to... And Anna Kendrick plays his girlfriend, and and so and they end up getting engaged and all this stuff and everything in the end, but he's not totally into the relationship, so it's a total reality kick. But what got me was, I don't mind dialogue movies, but the dialogue even seemed awkward.
What do you mean by awkward? Explain.
Well, it wasn't natural. It wasn't natural. Like, even in an awkward conversation, there's still some natural.
So it seemed too scripted?
It seemed too scripted.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish they would have improvised it a bit. It was too slow.
Too slow?
It was too slow.
That's almost worse than too fast.
Yeah, it was too slow, and it just seemed like there was no chemistry there at all. Like, if he really did love her, I would have felt it more, and I didn't think I felt that at all, in this thing. And it has great funny moments and stuff like that, and certain things around the brewery that were funny, and it had a nice little beginning, but no, so don't rent it to think you're going to go to second base. I was intriguing that it only had a $500,000 budget. I didn't realize that. If you didn't catch that in the beginning, Jeff, but it bombed at $343,000. So.
Poor thing.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
If you're in the mood for just a comedy, is it funny enough to be a comedy, or does it just kind of have a couple moments?
No, it's just got a couple moments. I mean, it could have been. I wish they would have gone one way or the other. I wish they would have gone really, really romantic with it, or really, really comedy with it. Right. At least with the side characters, the buddies. I'm really into all the characters.
Would you classify this as a dark comedy, a dark drama?
More drama.
Okay.
Yeah, more.
I'm specifically asking because my husband's really into dark shit.
Like, it's just realistic drama is what it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a dark comedy. I don't even know if they really considered it a romance novel. I don't even see anything on Wikipedia or IMDb that says it was a romance novel,
Okay.
Premiered at South by Southwest. And
well, you totally did make it sound shitty, so I don't think I'll see it.
Don't bother with seeing it, guys. That's what I'm saying is, I've got a whole top 10 list of movies that are guaranteed to get somebody to second base, but don't see this one.
Okay.
So there you go. I think I've only had a couple of failures, but Drinking Buddies was definitely one that's not going to get you in the mood.
Won't do it.
If anything, it's going to push you even further, with that relationship and getting out of it or something like that.
So it might be a good thing.
So maybe it'll help you break up. So there you go. If you need to break up.
But that's not romantic, so yes, I see your point.
So here's a question for you. What about, a few months ago, you did another one about comedy that had more to do with divorce and breakups with Anna Faris. It'll be a year, or I give it a year.
Oh, I give it a year. Yeah. Is
that funny? Is it romantic enough, or is it too much of a breakup movie to not get you to second base?
No, that's romantic enough.
Okay, that one is.
See, because that steers differently, because in that one, their two characters, I don't remember if it was Anna Faris or not, but their two characters end up getting together in the end because they realize they shouldn't be with these other two people. And the other two people are perfectly fine with it. Like, it works out. And it's got the great train scene at the end that is hilarious because all four of the people are there from the two different couples. And they just, and it's great because they realize in the end that this
so
is who I'm
that one
supposed
would
to
be
be.
appropriate. Well, I have
So that would be
something to add
appropriate
about
comment.
that since we're talking about this weird couples thing. Have anyone seen it? I own it, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's got Mark Ruffalo. It's got the Australian chick. What's her name? She was in Godzilla. Natalie. No one's gonna help me out here.
I got nothing.
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
see Godzilla? Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I remember
When
there was
she's
a
screaming, she's a
monster.
blonde chick. She's like, she's from Australia.
Yeah, the
No.
nurse. Nothing.
You're really
Nothing.
confusing me.
Okay.
But it's called it's with Mark Ruffalo and whatever her Australian ass name is, and then they're neighbors, married, kids. They end up swapping in secret,
Okay.
marriage partners. It's really dark, but it totally got me to second base.
There you go. That's it. Let's see, man.
It's called.
Let's see. The Normal Heart.
No.
Begin Again.
No.
That's a newer one. I want to see that one. Let's
It's
see.
probably from 2007, 8, 9, maybe.
Yeah, I think I know what movie.
Yeah, I own it. If
We don't live
anyone's-
here anymore?
Yeah, we don't live
Yeah.
here anymore. That's it.
Okay.
But that got me to second base for sure. But it's really dark, really depressing, but kind
Naomi
of.
Watts.
Yeah, Naomi Watts. Ha! I knew it was with an N. But yeah, that's my go for that. I just wanted to add that because you guys are talking about couples, doesn't work, exchanging, whatever.
Yes. Is it romantic? It doesn't
It's
look like
very
a comedy.
passionate.
Yeah.
And
Very
it's
dramatic.
very dramatic and very hot sex passionateness in the woods. I highly recommend it.
Okay. I'm in. Yeah, I give it a year. Anna Faris. You're right. Yeah. But I give it a year. That was the movie that I'm talking about. Yeah.
And
It was
that
great.
one was second base.
And
You
that one
got
was
to
second base because that it was the more romantic side because the couple in it, they get engaged and a bunch of buddies are like, I give it a year.
But
They're
does
not
it have
gonna
to
work it
end
out or
good for
anything.
it to be second base for you?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
have to be.
All right.
But
I wonder if the one I recommend then will get you second base.
But-
I'm not going to tell you how it ends.
yeah, we'll see. But no, the Drinky Buddies one, like it could have been if it had some more romance or it had just something else to it, but it just was really dry to me.
All right.
Yeah. So there you go. Keep away from that. All right. Should we move on to some top 10 lists here?
Yeah, well, mine's a top 5. But yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Did you have a top 10 list at all, Jeff? Or?
And we have speed round.
Yes. It's not a top 10, but I have.
You have
a
a
top
list.
something.
I have.
It's not
yeah.
a top 63 though, right?
No.
Okay.
No, very
Oh
short,
my
yes.
God, Steve. If that happens, I'm going to take a poop break.
That's when Carly and I start taking selfies on the couch. All right.
What are we
Carly,
doing?
Who are your top 5 romantic leads? Are they all male leads?
Oh, they are. What do you know?
How convenient for you.
I didn't plan that. Top 5 actors for romance in films according to Carly. And I couldn't decide on what's like number 1. I'm not counting them down. This is stupid. I'm just telling you my favorite ones. There's no order. Leonardo DiCaprio playing Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. I just felt like his particular, because there's so many done. Oh, hey, that particular one. Yeah. Anyway, there's so many done. Romeo and Juliet's done, and most Romeos, I'm like, meh, whatever. But he's just a great actor, and he's so passionate and so just believable. Everything he does, even though sometimes he can come off as the same in his different characters, he's just, I don't know. He lived it up. I wanted Romeo after seeing that in the 90s. Another film that's done a lot is Pride and Prejudice. I've seen probably 5 different, is the right word, renditions?
I'll take it.
Adaptation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of it. My favorite one, and we've already brought this man up, is Colin Firth in the BBC version. It's 5.5 hours long. I own it. And typical Jane Austen. But Colin Firth, though I'm not attracted to him in any way, just did it for me, is playing Darcy. So Darcy, Colin Firth.
I have a friend who that's her sick movie. Like if she's sick,
It's
and
mine
she's
too.
Down for a week.
It's my sick movie
like,
too.
Yeah.
No, oh my God, agreed. This one's unique, and I don't think any of you have seen this because I mentioned it. No one does anything. But Atonement. Any of you see Atonement?
No.
It is a must-see, and it is a romance, but it's also very sad. But
guys like it.
yes, definitely. Carl enjoyed it. James McAvoy, who I'm slightly obsessed with, he might be appearing in Obsessions one day soon. James McAvoy plays Robbie Turner. I'm not going to elaborate on it, but I will just say I was convinced that he was in love with me and not Keira Knightley, just from watching the film. And my last one, I'm going to give a shout out to my new cat. His name is Spock, and I have to say I really like Zachary Quinto's Spock in both the Star Treks because he plays a different kind of romantic because he's a half Vulcan, so he's kind of just different but sensual and intriguing, and I like that. It's different.
I like it.
There's my
Trek
top
romantic character.
There's
right.
my
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Charlie.
I had to nerdify it a little bit. Come on.
Good for you.
Yeah. So there's my
yes.
top 5 actors for romance movies.
Sweet.
Very good.
All right, Jeff, what do you got over there, my friend? Are you working on a few kinks there, or
I was
you
trying
need
to
me
look
to
up,
whip through my 10 here? Or?
Well, I was trying to look up something to fill out a list. So I
Okay, so you didn't do
So
it.
you don't have
it's
a
okay
list.
if you don't.
It's
We
okay
have
to
other
say
stuff
no.
going on.
I don't have a speed round.
I have
it's
a speed
okay.
round.
I was trying to find a top 5, and the thing is I couldn't think of another 2 to fill it out. So the top 3. So we were talking about the movies where they don't end up together, and can they be good like second base movies?
Okay, right.
So I have 3 of them that are really good for that.
Top 3.
Because
I like it.
Josh, a friend of ours, asked that on Facebook a while ago, and I was trying to go back to that post to see what other people said. So the 3 that I thought of were 500 Days of Summer.
I know, right? Toads
And I'm
with
sorry
goats.
if this ruins any of these movies for anybody, but they don't. They're really good.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the classic Annie Hall.
Totally agreed.
Really
Agreed.
good. Really good movie. And then the last one is a really unknown movie called Love Stinks.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
Had
Nope,
Bridget
I'm thinking of the
Wilson
70s song.
and the weird guy from 30 Rock. I forget.
French
his
Stewart.
name. Yeah, French Stewart.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just really like he was really he didn't
is
fit the
interesting,
right
yeah.
casting, but it's so good. In fact, I think I had Sam come over and watch it on Valentine's Day once when
How romantic
we
of
were
you
both
two.
single. And it's
Thanks for
yeah,
saying
you don't
that.
remember that,
I
do you?
remember that.
Okay, yeah.
Cousin
Probably
love.
Put that out of
Cousin
your
love.
head. Yeah.
Really?
So it was.
Sam's
Yeah, it's-
I'm
horrified
trying to
right
think now. No,
It's
no,
just-
I'm just trying to think.
Tyra
It's a-
Banks and
I
Bill
have my
Bellamy.
top 1.
Yeah.
I'm going
Earn
to
it too.
just tell you that right
Tyra
now.
Banks?
Yeah.
Tyra Banks and Bill
Ooh,
Bellamy. Is in
Tyra Banks now.
1999.
She's hot.
That's interesting.
1999, yeah.
I like Tyra Banks.
Okay.
4 of them.
Maybe
Okay.
that's why I watched it.
Yeah.
Tyra was
never
in it.
seen no.
Yeah. Well, there's this the not to give it all away, but there's so like he falls in love with this girl and they fall in love at a wedding and she has these rules and she's like, I won't have sex until we've gone on so many dates and stuff like that. So he's like trying to connivingly like go through all these rules like really quickly.
Okay.
And so they finally, get together and they have a relationship, but she turns out to be like bat crazy, right? She's
Okay.
just insane. And so she's just completely taking over his life, destroying his life. And so finally he's trying to get away and he can't get away from her because she's like crazy psycho obsessed. And so finally, he gives in and he's like, hey, let's make this work. In fact, let's do what you want to do. Let's go get married. Let's fly to Hawaii now and let's go get married. So the whole movie, it starts off with the guy who's his best man, like takes him into the lavatory on the airplane and he's like, you can't marry her. And this is why. So the whole movie is like, remember, this is why you're not supposed to marry her.
That actually sounds funny.
Yeah. And he's like, no. Trust me, and what happens after that makes the rest of the movie
Worth it.
Worth it.
Okay,
yeah.
that's
So-
unique. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sold.
The tagline is sometimes the best sex in the world just isn't worth it.
That's funny.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right, I
so
like that. I
check
like your
out.
top 3. That was clever.
My
Good
top
improv.
10. Yes, good improv there. Good little last minute off the cuff, like my friend Emma Stone. Best romance movies. Top 10. There is a romantic movie in here, I would like to say, for every single type of person, whether they end up together or you like Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's great.
Say Anything.
I know.
Silver Linings Playbook. The Notebook. 500 Days of Summer. Lost in Translation. Titanic. The entire Before series. Romeo, Before Sunrise, Sunset, and Midnight. Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Which one? Elaborate.
The 1990,
You
the
just need to
Leonardo
say that.
DiCaprio.
You just need to say
I'm
it.
sorry,
Baz Luhrmann.
Romeo + Juliet is how it
That's
is.
a good one. Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Love Actually.
I liked all of them, but two?
The Notebook and Lost in Translation.
No, I love Lost in Translation.
Because you should get it. I know the Notebook. Oh, Titanic. That was the
Yep.
other one. Yeah. So of those, I think you could get to second base.
Like,
one of
it
those
appeals to
and it's going
someone.
to appeal to somebody.
Yeah.
One of those 10 movies.
Okay. Sammy,
yeah.
which one appeals to you?
Sammy, which one of these appeals to you?
I would like to know, brother.
None, but I'll tell you what.
Suck it.
I do have my top one
What's
list.
your top
Your
one
top
list?
one? I want to
one
hear
list.
it.
All right.
This is an older, like mid '80s movie, and it's called "Can't Buy Me Love."
Oh,
That's a great one.
Okay, what this
no
is
shit. I just posted about this on Facebook because it's
before
on Netflix
before
right now.
Patrick Dempsey was a hottie,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it was like that was me. I was Patrick Dempsey. I was the nerdy kid, didn't get any attention from girls. Of course, I didn't pay for an expensive
Right,
thing,
dude, yeah.
but I remember seeing that movie when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
If something like that happened to me, I'd just be stoked.
Sammy, that's
This is so great.
good.
So that's my top one.
like that.
He's driving away in the lawnmower with her on
Yeah,
the back of it. and everything.
I
Yes.
know.
When that movie popped up on Netflix, I had to post about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which another Phoenix Connection was shot in Tucson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That big
Can't Buy Me Love. There we go. We all four had something.
Sammy, I'm proud of you that you contributed to this because I know
Yeah.
you're kind of not a romantic.
No.
No, but there you go. That's a perfect
There's
little
my
romantic
one.
comedy
My
thing.
top
yes.
one.
I have a top one list.
I have a top
We had
one.
a
That's
top
great.
one, a
I
three,
like how
a
you
five,
have to
and a
say
10.
top one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go from top to top.
Yeah. This is in no particular order.
In no particular order.
that.
This is my top one romantic
That was
comedy.
great. All right, can we get
Sweet.
into speed round? Who has speed round besides me? Please tell me you have something clever.
I don't, but I do have something for film history that's sort of list
Oh, let's do that.
oriented.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know you did.
It's time for This Week in Film History.
So I've mentioned this a few times on the show. I don't have like a particular order for this list, but I have the classic films that you should watch if you want the romance.
Okay.
And so I do have like the top 3 that you should watch, and then I have some other ones. So the top 3, and these are about as different as they get, is City Lights with Chaplin. It Happened One Night with a whole ton of people. It's a Frank Capra movie. And Philadelphia Story with
Oh,
Cary Grant, Jimmy
yeah.
Stewart, Katharine Hepburn.
yeah.
And
That's so
all them.
good.
So what's great is they're all really different movies, and they're all really good. So City Lights is a silent movie,
Yeah.
but it's got great music, and it's
It's
got
romantic all in itself.
it's
the
got
whole
so
thing.
much heart
I
and
agree.
romance, but it's
I remember
really
watching that
super
film
funny
school.
and silly and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So and it's so it's really well done in that way. It Happened One Night was sort of the beginning of like the screwball comedies.
Okay.
And so it's just like really over the top. It's an adventure trip.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen
It's
it.
about I did a whole thing about it like a year ago, and it was the first movie to sweep the top Oscars,
Really?
like the top 4, like
Yeah.
best picture, best director,
Oh,
best
cool.
actor, best actress. Yeah. And the thing is nobody wanted to make the movie, so Capra had to make it through an independent
Oh,
channel.
that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and then the lead actors in the movies didn't even want to be in it.
Oh my
In fact,
goodness.
the actress wrote to her friend during the production of the meeting and said, "This is terrible. It's not going to go anywhere."
Oh my goodness.
And Clark Gable
Foot in
was
mouth.
only on the movie because he was being punished by the MGM, who
Oh,
wanted to get
Lord.
back at him of some sort of shenanigans he pulled, so they made him do this crappy
Ended up being
movie.
a good thing, though.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of ironic about you mentioning all this love stuff is right behind you is like a romantic picture.
Yes.
I know our listeners cannot see it.
No.
But there's 2 people making out in front of a castle, and it looks like it's in Europe with a really god-awfully huge umbrella. Too big.
Yeah.
All right.
Well
okay,
themed.
sorry. And then
Okay.
the other one, the third one.
Philadelphia Story, which
Oh,
is
right.
more the
Yes, I know
cerebral.
about
It's
this.
more of a, it's more dialogue driven. It's very witty. It's got this big complicated plot. It was a
It's like
stage
drama.
production before it was a film, so it's
Yeah.
really got a lot going on, a lot of different characters, very involved piece with a lot of moving parts. So 3 very, very different movies. And then the other ones I recommend, I already talked about Annie Hall,
Right.
which they don't get together, but it's such
It's
a great
just so worth
commentary on
seeing.
relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
And really good. Another good one is Shop Around the Corner. That
Oh, I've never heard of that.
if you've seen You Got Mail, it was based on this.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a pretty different plot, but it still has their pen pals, and they fall in love with each other,
cute.
but they know each other in real life, and they hate each other. And so
Weird.
But
I
then
like
he
that.
finds out. Yeah, so it's got that same sort of twist to it, but it's got a lot other stuff kind of going on in the background too. That's very different. So it's Jimmy Stewart.
Okay.
It's good. And then Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
I love that.
There's a little bit
Potier.
more of a a little bit more of a drama, but it's more of a drama.
But it's also groundbreaking.
Yeah, and there's really funny parts to
There
it.
is, yeah.
It's like a dramatic movie, and like every once in a while, it's like, pow, there's a really funny.
What's really odd about that was like that was one of my dad's not really a movie buff. Like he's probably the worst person to ask any movies about. He's stupid, judgmental. That as a child growing up, he's like, this is a must see, and I kept going, why? I would see the cover, and it was like a black hand and a white hand. I'm like, I don't get it. Why do I have to watch this? But he was right.
Yeah.
It's classically good and groundbreaking.
Yeah. And way better than the Ashton Kutcher movie.
Oh God, don't even go there.
So so watch that one, and then the other one that you got to see is Singing in the Rain.
I know
which
it.
is a musical.
Who hasn't seen that?
There you go. It's so good. It's got so much heart and such good songs. Sammy wouldn't like it.
Oh yeah, Sammy wouldn't. You're right.
There's dancing.
I think I've actually seen that.
And rain,
and
it's obviously
Fred Astaire, right?
Yeah, and it's obviously in a studio.
No, it's Gene.
Oh, it's not Fred. It's Gene.
It's Gene.
I thought it was
Oh.
Fred. Why did I think it was Fred?
Well,
Are you sure it's not Fred Astaire?
it's one of them.
You actually knew though, at least. I swear to God, I thought it was Fred. Fred was actually
We
an
are-
asshole. He was
We're
Catholic.
doing some research as we.
Well, that's why I'm
for
kind
our
of trying to.
listeners,
He was
yes,
an asshole. He was
doing-
Catholic, and he beat the crap out of his wife and children. I don't know if any of you knew that about Fred Astaire.
No.
Not a good man, but a great
Really?
actor and dancer.
No,
Look it up.
I hate like hearing those.
So do I. I also hate Elvis for some of those reasons.
It was Gene
Oh,
Kelly,
man, I thought it was Fred.
Debbie Reynolds.
I was wrong.
I was wrong. The siblings were wrong. We lose.
Losers.
Okay, well, I liked that.
All right. Nicely done. It's very well-rounded. Oh, and I forgot to mention, because we posted a couple of questions on like Facebook and Twitter, and we had a few responses, like some favorite romantic movies and stuff like that and everything. But I think one of my favorite responses was from Belinda. What movie helps you get to second base? And her response was the Winnie the Pooh movie, because then the 3-year-old kid falls asleep and she can
That was clever.
Yes, it was very clever. Then it puts the kid to sleep, and then she and the husband can go. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh is her favorite
You're
second
so
base.
clever, Belinda, if you're listening.
Yep. So that was the one, and then had to explain to my 50-something-year-old aunt what second base was.
Oh, no.
That was hilarious.
Oh, no.
So because she's like, I'm kind of old. We remind me what second base is again.
You're like, no, Auntie, no.
No, and Susan, I'm sorry, but that's okay.
Well, second base is a little bit different for everybody.
Than it was back then, too, in that
That's true.
generation.
I need to ask my
Generations
dad.
are different.
My dad knows what second base is now. I wonder what second base was when he was a.
Oh, yeah, it's way more G-rated back then.
There's this great. Have you guys seen the movie Nebraska?
No, I've been wanting to see it, though.
So it's a terrific movie, and he in the short of it, this guy is taking his father across the country, and he's in this small town where his father grew up, and he's talking to this old lady who turns out to be someone his dad dated, like way back in the day. And he says, "So what happened?" And he goes, "Well, your mom came along." And he goes, "Well, why did he go out with my mom instead of you?" And she goes, "Well, he let him round the bases."
Gross. Not what you would want to hear. That's great, though. I like that.
Yeah, no.
Round the bases.
Inappropriately.
Well, I have a unique speed round because I'm actually going to ask all of you. I'm just going to go one to the other. So I only have 9 questions, which means you guys all have an even amount of questions.
All right, even amount of questions. It's 27 questions if anybody's counting.
No,
Right,
I didn't mean
total.
that. I just meant I have 9.
For each of us, right?
No, I have 9 total. So that would be how many each?
I'm not doing math. I didn't sign
Three.
up for the show to do math.
Three.
All the same
No.
9 to each one of us.
No, everyone's got a different one.
There's 3, 9, 3.
All right.
That was most
All right.
not divided.
Square root of
Would you
9
hit play?
is-
Somebody hit
Sorry,
play.
sorry to do this to you, Sam, but here's your song.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so our 27 questions
It's
are...
going to be... No! Someone's not an accountant. So we're going to go Jeff,
No.
Sam, Steve, Jeff, Sam, Steve, Jeff, Sam, Steve. Okay. Yeah, please, thank you. I wanted someone to finish that for me. Okay, Jeff.
Yes, ma'am.
Love-based, okay? This is all around romance and love and sexiness.
Yes.
French kiss or French press? Do you know what a French press is?
Yeah, it's where you're
like a
French
pancake?
kissing, but you're doing it like on a push-up position.
No, Jeff!
And you're like sandwiching together as you do
That
the
should have
kiss.
been.
a workout
this
while
should have
kissing,
been.
the push-up.
Yeah.
No.
French
This should have been a
press?
Steve question because he likes coffee.
It's
coffee.
Okay.
But it's quite more enjoyable than your stupid American.
Oh
coffee
no,
maker.
the kiss. I'm gonna go with the kiss. Absolutely.
Okay, Sam, read about romance or watch it?
Read.
Me too. We're siblings, truly at heart.
Sam was like, I can see you going. I don't want to answer this question.
Too bad.
I'm like, does porn count as
Yes,
romance?
no, it can't. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if it gets you in that romantic,
just kidding.
lovey mood.
Definitely read then.
Yeah,
Yes,
read is good.
Yeah. Steve, cuddles or caressing?
Caressing.
Okay. Jeff, The Notebook or The Princess Bride?
The Princess Bride.
Mine would have been neither.
I wish I'd have got that.
So can I just tell you though?
Yeah.
Did you see the big news this week? Was that the two actors didn't like each other during the shooting, and they were like fighting the whole time. Rachel McAdams and
No.
yeah,
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. So the director was saying, like, there was one scene where Ryan Gosling came up and
funny.
said, "Hey, can you have someone else stand in for her while I do my lines? Because I completely disagree with like the choices she was making as an actor."
Well, you know what?
Like,
That means they're amazing actors because you would
Yeah,
never
you'd
guess
never
that.
think
They
that.
had chemistry
Yeah.
straight up.
And
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling was chosen for that movie because they didn't think he was that pretty of a guy, and so he fit the part.
That's
True
hilarious.
story.
Wait, who are we on?
You're on Sammy now.
Sammy, date a ginger or date an albino?
Ginger.
All right. You never know. People are into weird things.
And in the news today, they're saying gingers are dying off because of stuff in the
They are.
environment that created gingers or
It's a
whatever.
true
Anyway.
statistic. Steve, sleep with a Vulcan or a Romulan?
What the?
Hey, this is all romance
I think a
and love.
Romulan's gonna be more fun to sleep with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're probably going to limp away from that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
You might not come out alive,
The
actually.
Vulcan being
Vulcans
kinda
are
boring
very
and-
logical.
Well, you
Logical
in
part?
particular, you are a Vulcan, remember?
Yeah, I know.
So you have to.
Maybe I bore myself
All
in
right.
bed.
All right.
So if he wants to, do something
spice it
exciting,
up?
it's going to be a Romulan.
There you go.
For the ginger.
Okay, Jeff, romance in an exotic place or your house?
Exotic place.
I would chose house. Okay, for love, my brother, would you die by train, being hit by a train, or die in a plane crash?
Wait, what does this have to do with love?
For love, for someone
love.
you love, your mother, your sister, your.
You push him out of the way of the
Girlfriend?
train tracks.
Yeah, I'll push him out of the way of the train.
Okay.
Okay. Last one. Steve, sleep with Natalie Portman or Joseph Gordon-Levitt? This is perfect because I wanted him to have that one.
You did this on purpose?
I did, but I was hoping you'd get it. I didn't know which order it was going to be in tonight, so that kind of worked out.
God.
I know it's a hard one, isn't it?
That's a really tough one. I mean, are we just caressing though, or cuddling?
No,
'Cause
this is sleeping
like
with. This is full-on
sleeping, like,
sex.
we are going at it now.
I wish I would have got that one because that's easy for me.
Yeah, I know.
There's
Natalie.
like no thinking.
I would sleep with Joseph Gordon-Levitt personally, but I figured Steve would choose the same.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I was wondering. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're just naked on a shag rug and there's a fire going on and we're
It would be
drinking
Joseph
wine,
Gordon-Levitt.
It would be Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right. No, this is
Yeah.
full-on sleeping
No,
together.
We're full on going at it
Oh
like
my
bunnies
gosh.
and Natalie Portman.
All
This
right.
whole image of you and him on a shag rug naked together, just like
Sam's
this is
actually
the one-
visualizing it like
this
no
is
one
the one
else.
reason I did not want to do this episode for stuff like that.
You knew eventually
'Cause
we were
now I'm
going to
gonna
get to
have
the shag
nightmares.
carpeting, and Steve's favorite thing is to
Sounds
caress.
like Funny or Die.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, you're going to.
All right. That was I liked
Thank
this.
you.
Oh, question. Just to kind of intro into next week, we will have a guest. Do we have a theme for next week?
My thought on the theme was
Improv. I was thinking the
improv,
same.
sketch, comedy. Yeah,
Let's
type
do
of
it.
thing.
Okay.
So let's theme it up with improv.
The
Are
whole
you
sh-
okay with that, Sam?
The whole show next week is going to be improv. We have no
no,
we have
nothing.
no notes.
Come with no notes.
no planning.
Nothing at all.
We have somebody give us a suggestion and we go.
That's it.
I'm down with that.
All right, done. Okay.
All right.
And
Down.
so, for those of you listening, I would love to know what you guys thought of the game, if it's a good thing to keep or not. So
Your game, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody was keeping score, please let me know if I won or not.
Yes.
They were keeping score. Her name's Carly, and I won by 2. Count when you re-listen.
I want to know if people were blown away by my top 1 list.
I tell you
They
what,
were.
Whoever is listening, if
Sam,
you
they
guys
were.
post on
pretty
that.
epic. Top 10,
It was
top
pretty
5,
epic.
top 3, top 1 list.
I know, we
Yes,
went
right there.
down. That's
It was
interesting.
Really awesome. Great job on that one, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's outro this thing out.
Yeah, we should always end with what do we want people to walk away from the show today?
There you go.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Can't Buy Me Love, 1987.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Great
It's on
movie.
Netflix right now.
Yes.
All right, well, thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you later. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all that, and visit more on the 4-Eyed Radio Network.
The 12A podcast is produced by 12A Productions and distributed by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. To learn more about the podcast or to see what other projects the 12A team is working on, check out 12aproductions.com.
If somebody listened to this far and they could tell me the score of the game and if Carly won or if Steve won, I would like to know, and you'll get a free 12A Productions t-shirt out of it. There you go.
Ooh.
This has been another great presentation by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can find more information at 4eyedradio.com.